The need for competence in our communication has always existed. We've needed to learn how to effectively communicate with our families, friends, romantic partners, co-workers, and a host of other people. With the advancement of technology and the access to travel, the need for learning to communicate with people from various cultures and co-cultures has never been greater. This leads to the need to understand the effects of intercultural communication. There are 6 imperatives or basic reasons why we need to understand and practice intercultural competence. Number 1, demographic imperative. The demographics of the United States are constantly changing. We tend to think about demographics as just race and ethnicity, but this is true of age groups, religion, gender, and sexual orientation. The United States Census is constantly adding new demographic groups for identification, and this is to better understand the current lens of the United States in addition to future outlooks. The more that we can understand who our neighbors are, the more we can understand how to communicate effectively. Number 2, technological imperative. We've all become global citizens. How? With the increase and use of the internet and television shows, we can all tap into various cultures and co-cultures within a snap of a button. You can easily identify with anime as a co-culture because those shows and the co-culture that they create are just a click away, whereas before, you could have been missing out on a rich co-culture in which you align with simply because its existence wasn't available to you. Number 3, the global imperative. Do you know where that shirt you're wearing was made? The global imperative makes it clear that through globalization, we have a worldwide marketplace. The United States and our citizens are traveling more internationally, and international travel as a whole across all countries and all continents is on the rise. Having access to various countries have made exploring and purchasing much easier. This also has a major impact on the United States' global economy. Number 4, the peace imperative. We all want world peace. Well, some of us. Living peacefully with others doesn't mean that you agree with their cultural identity, their traditions, or their norms. What it does mean is understanding them in a competent context, which will allow us to not make cultural differences a global issue. Number 5, the self-awareness imperative. How do you see the world? Do you actually contribute to intercultural competence, or are you contributing to disrupting it? Understanding your own views, your own biases, your behaviors, and communication may not seem like a major deal, but it is. If each of us are scrutinized, and each of us also scrutinize our own communication and intercultural competence, what changes could we make? If we choose not to make them, at least we understand why others might communicate with us the way that they do. Lastly, the interpersonal imperative. Your daily life is filled with constant interactions, from work to family to romance. Your ability to communicate with others from various cultures will have an impact on your actual quality of life. For example, you and your new love interest may very well share the same racial and religious cultures, but what about your co-cultures? How do you manage the differences? How do you even address them? All of these are important questions, and all of them help us to understand and reflect on why intercultural communication and intercultural competence is of great importance.